This review is brought to you by absolutely no one. We have no sponsors and no one cares. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Movie Mates podcast. It's not the podcast, but it depends how long this is.
Depends how long.
Yeah,
Yes.
it could be our first mini review actually on the channel.
Very possible.
Yeah.
But,
So Callum, do you want to take us through what we're going to be discussing today, whether it'll be a brief episode or not? We don't know.
well, today, very recently, just about half an hour ago, we got out of seeing Dark Phoenix.
Yep.
It's been kind of slated by critics so far.
Has been subscribed to the Stuntman and Beyond the Trailer, and they both hated it. Really.
Yeah, 60% on Rotten
60%
Tomatoes.
on Tomatoes. Yeah.
And by far, I do not agree with that
It's a
whatsoever.
fantastic film.
I think it's really great.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start off. We don't know how long this episode's gonna take. Hopefully, we hope to keep it brief enough.
Yeah.
But first, we're gonna start out with non-spoilers. So we may bring up elements introduced in the trailer, but nothing that gives any of the game away as such.
The trailers don't actually. I've watched the trailers, and they don't give that much away, really. Not.
I'm gonna need some guidance from Matthew because I have not seen the trailers, so I will need
Okay.
some guidance.
So non-spoilers.
Non-spoilers.
This bit, Callum, do you want to take us away, buddy?
Well, first, we're not exactly going chronologically for this part. We'll get more chronologically specific when we get into spoilers. But do you want to start out with just the Jean and Scott relationship? Because I think that's kind of almost the. I mean that's the
Pivot of the
that's
film.
the closest romantic element to the film.
I don't like Ty Sheridan at this role, really, to be honest.
That's fair enough.
I think.
It's a bit bland.
I think what makes him even blander is the fact that you never really know when once it's taken away, but the element of eye expression when he has the visor on for the whole movie in the trailers.
That was odd. Like at no point does he wear the sunglasses and
And
visor 24/7.
and this isn't a spoiler because it's given away in well I can't really say because people haven't seen the trailers, I guess.
I mean, what like? What
It's like about the mutant colours. But
Yeah,
I
you
would
can
say
s-
like they keep his visor on even when he has a mutant power inhibitor. So like why can he
Yeah.
just taking that off for that scene even? You
Yeah.
know? But I don't know. I thought that was strange. Anyway.
Oh, I mean, this is completely irrelevant to this film, but
Yeah.
in the third film, like, do you think in X-Men: The Last Stand, do you think he would have taken the cure? Because Cyclops kind of seems like the person. It's quite a useless power.
It's
like,
quite a useless
a
power,
lot of
yeah.
people can project things. Like he's nothing really special.
In the
like,
comics, it is that his laser beams like are from another dimension, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
cool. But they never explain that here. I just don't like going back to the film.
yeah.
I think he probably would have taken the cure. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, he seems like the kind of person who's least able to lead a normal life
Yeah.
because he has like a huge.
I just don't like the
Inhibitor,
visor. Like,
yeah.
what was wrong with the glasses in X-Men Apocalypse? I thought the red
Yeah, I thought
sunglasses
it
were
was
great.
good. Yeah,
But anyway, the relationship. Do you want to?
I mean, yeah, Ty Sheridan I do think is a little lacking in expression, so I wasn't 100% sold on their relationship.
Yeah.
But in the first act, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't think he made a particularly special attempt in. I mean, obviously, we know that
He definitely
the
cares
Dark-
about her.
Yeah, we know that the Dark Phoenix is the main villain of the film, and I think he should have been able to do more in negotiating with her.
Yeah, I think so. One character I'd like to talk about is Professor X.
Oh yeah,
This is the film I hate him the most.
massive asshole.
He's a lot of things are revealed from the past. They're not explained in any other film really.
Yeah.
They brought forward.
We'll get into more specifics.
His
later.
character has completely changed since X-Men Apocalypse. He's such a
100%.
selfish prick.
Yeah.
He's actually worse than Magneto.
Oh, definitely. And this is meant to be the same character that eventually grows up to be Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
And they're completely different.
In some instances, the line delivery is so similar to Patrick Stewart, and in some instances, the character is so different.
Yeah.
There's some decisions he makes, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm like, wow, like James McAvoy's performance is impeccable.
Oh, so good.
He's
That's amazing.
doing so well at how the character is written. It's just the character is written completely wrong.
Yeah, the script for him is not good whatsoever, but
No.
his line delivery makes that script great because he's just such a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
One of the best actors of our time, I think.
Yeah.
Rocks the bald head.
Excellent. Oh yeah, big time.
Do
you-
go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, I was gonna say about Magneto and how much he is amazing in this film.
I was indifferent to him.
My favorite character.
He's not. He's barely in it though. Is that a spoiler?
In the. No, it's not a spoiler. I was gonna
Yeah.
say mention something else, but in case people haven't watched the trailers, I'll not mention it.
Okay.
I love him in this film. I think he's fantastic. He's not as dark as I would have thought. Like he's quite light-hearted.
Yeah, we'll talk about what drives the character in a little bit, but I mean in spoilers we'll talk about that. So can I move on to another area? Did you think it was weird seeing the X-Men in space?
I thought for what it was built out to be, I thought it would have been like a space oriented movie, but I think it served its purpose and the effects were fantastic.
No, I agree. I went in thinking that's a little weird because we both agreed before seeing it that they're more ground level,
they don't belong
humanist characters, human-esque.
I haven't seen effects this good in forever.
The Phoenix power effects I think are actually excellent,
and especially the Quicksilver in space.
Yeah,
fantastic.
That's good.
I just like the space scenes in general. I just like them.
Yeah.
I would have wanted more, to be honest. I really would have wanted more, but no.
So you were a big fan of the score.
I thought the score is fantastic. Yeah, really. Obviously, the score for Days of Future Past is unbeatable in my opinion, but then this score was definitely up there because it's just great, especially with the action scenes at the end, third act, phenomenal.
I was indifferent to the score. I didn't really notice it as much as I would have in a previous film. I agree. It was good, but yeah, I agree. It didn't top Days of Future Past. I was disappointed that there weren't more 90s inspired songs.
Yeah, because I missed an opportunity there.
Yeah,
there was one character who will not say who it is, but there was a fantastic element which introduced the song.
Yes, Werewolves of London by Warren Zevon.
Yeah,
excellent song. But yeah, like I think when you're making a period film, the 70s, 80s, 90s, you have to kind of like embrace that culture.
And it didn't.
Like I think it should have been stuffed full with 90s music.
I have heard criticisms. This is Simon Kinberg, who is, if people don't know, is the producer of these X-Men films.
Yeah,
this is his first time directing. Knocks it out of the park, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like people give him a lot of stick for this, and that Chris Stuckman, who's a YouTube reviewer, probably one of the biggest out there, said, you can tell because the script's not good, and rightly so, the script probably isn't the best, because he did write this as well, but, he's given characters like Beast so much more to do.
Yeah.
And I think Beast's great, personally.
I think he certainly elevates the characters from Apocalypse. Into what the characters that were introduced in Apocalypse, he gives more depth to. Yeah. And I respected that, especially for a first-time director. One last thing that I really wanted to note was Jessica Chastain is in the film. We'll not mention her role until we get into
I don't even know what character she is, I'll be honest.
I don't think she's from the comics. I mean, I've never heard of that character.
Me neither.
They mention her character's name once, and
I didn't even hear it.
No, I didn't hear it.
I didn't like her. She was terrible.
She was terrible. Like Jessica Chastain is. I mean, she's no more wooden than she is in any other film.
She's fighting in heels. For goodness sake. Like there's a shot where like it just shows her in heels and she's like running, and that's
hilarious.
Like she's a very talented actress and a really wonderfully nice person from what I see in interviews.
Okay.
But she's so bland in this, and it pains me to say because she brings the film down from a 9.
Is it intentional? Like I can't tell.
Because I think it's generous to say she's acting so bad because she's an alien. No, this is just a bad performance.
She's meant to be like a clinical kind of robotic character, but other actors have played that kind of character much better. I mean, in Star Trek, Zachary Quinto,
fantastic, as
plays a very clinical Spock, and he's still charming. Like he brings a lot of depth to that character.
I just wanted to add, just for final thoughts, comic versus the film. This film does differ from the comic.
Yeah.
Better than Last Stand. So much better.
So much better than Last Stand.
But also has its own. It's very visually. I thought it was visually gorgeous. Like it's beautiful to look at.
It's quite grey in moments, I think.
You think?
Yeah. I mean the third act is kind of hues of grey.
Can we talk about Genosha? It's in the trailers, right? And it's I thought Genosha was a fantastic idea.
They never reference it by name, but it's a very nice landscape.
And I like the way the shipping containers and stuff are there, so for Magneto and stuff.
Oh yes.
But
yeah, I thought the scenery was very impressive. I wasn't a huge fan of the third act. We can talk about that very briefly, non-spoilery. It does bring it down a little bit, but you didn't mind it.
No, I personally had a real blast with this film, to be honest. It brought a smile on my face. I really did.
I mean, it's not a CGI faceless army, but it does come close.
It does come close.
Are those all your thoughts, non-spoiler?
Yeah. So, do you want to give a rating just in case people?
Yeah. I'd give it an 8.
I'd give it a 9.
You think?
Yeah, I said I brought it down from 9. No, I'll still go with a 9.
I'd say. Do you want to rate it amongst the the beginning series.
Where's it live for you then, buddy?
Well, I would probably put First Class first, then Days of Future Past, Dark Phoenix, and Apocalypse.
I would go X-Men First Class, Days of Future Past. Yeah, I go the same.
Same,
But
yeah.
it's so close. Like Days of Future Past and this are interchangeable, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I think this is up there with
Yeah.
the top two.
Okay, so that's all our thoughts on non-spoilers. So if you haven't seen the film, make sure to turn off now and return once you have.
Yeah.
So we're talking spoilers now.
Yeah.
Do you want to go roughly chronologically?
Okay. Opening scene shown in the trailers. Jean Grey's parents dead.
Yeah.
Well, father's not really.
No.
Which leads me on to Professor X and how much of a dick he is.
Yeah.
He's buddies with the president. Like he cares more.
Oh,
about
that's hilarious.
It's like, Mr. President, it's me.
Yeah.
it's terrible.
I forgot to note. Yeah. It is weird seeing the X-Men as celebrities. I mean, I think it makes sense in the world that's been created.
I like that they reference them as the X-Men. It's so refreshing.
Yeah, and they know all of them by name. Like, it kind of makes sense if you're the most famous superheroes in the world. Like, why wouldn't you be celebrities?
Yeah.
So I thought that was a nice angle to take, and
Yeah.
it was refreshing, as you say.
Costumes not as bad as I thought. Oh, I would have liked the 90s color.
Yeah, yeah.
There, and
I
I
get you.
missed it.
What about the space scene?
Space scene, I thought it was fantastic, but then what let it down for me was when they showed the alien spaceship was there the whole time. I was just like, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, I was like,
no.
Clearly not.
But apart from that, visually gorgeous, as I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the way the powers are used so intricately.
Yeah, they allowed Nightcrawler to kind of unleash his.
Nightcrawler has
He's
like
excellent.
an amazing moment at the end.
Oh
like,
yeah, we'll talk about it.
Right.
Don't
One of the best scenes.
when we get to the
one of
third
the
act.
best scenes in the whole franchise.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. One thought I had was, how can storm affect weather in space? Like she's creating lightning despite, like, she draws on the Earth's elements, so she shouldn't be able
I
to
can get why
use
she can
lightning in
create
space.
ice, but not lightning.
No, she can create ice on Earth. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But she's in the vacuum of space creating lightning.
Yeah.
I was like, what
Also,
are you doing?
on the subject of Storm, like, why does Professor X want to leave her out? That was so strange.
I think he was just trying to avoid as much death as he
But
could.
then it did feel like
But
he was
then,
being
like,
a bit of a misogynist. I don't know whether it was just me.
Oh,
getting
I
that.
forgot to note. Sorry. Okay, when yes, exactly. So when Jennifer Lawrence rolls in, Mystique, and
She's Jennifer Lawrence for some reason.
Oh, she's she's barely in the film, but
She actually does.
she rolls in and says, "The women are saving the men so much. Why aren't they called the X-Women?" Fair enough. They should not be called the X-Men. They should be called X.
No, that's it.
No, or like the X-Army or something like that. But they shouldn't gender either way.
Yeah.
Like I think that was a poor call for her to make.
I understand why she said it. It's because Charles was a dick.
Yeah,
No,
Charles was being a dick. I think he did need to be taken down a peg, but I wouldn't have gone that route.
Really?
If I
No.
was
That
like,
clip was actually just released there by Fox. That was.
Was it?
The movie clip.
If I was writing that script, I wouldn't have put that in.
If I find how to edit it, I'll.
It's funny. I can't actually remember the last time you were the one risking something. And by the way, the women are always saving the men around here. You might want to think about changing the name to X-Women.
I'll put it in now.
Okay.
But yeah, in terms of, I don't really have much else to say apart from.
You don't? I have a few.
Magneto looks like he's constipated.
Yeah.
That was my favorite scene in the movie though, because it was like it showcased his power and stuff really well. Before
Get to the chopper and leave! Oh Jesus, that audio spiked. No, I found that so funny. Like he does look really like distressed when he's doing that.
No, but like I thought it showcased like this back there.
Yeah.
I thought it was like showcased his power.
I apologize
superbly.
to headphone users.
But that was my favorite scene because it showcased his power superbly, and I just loved his character in this. Like as I say, we are reintroduced to his original helmet from X-Men First Class.
Yeah.
Well, it was actually Sebastian Shaw's.
Yeah, I like his purpley getup. I don't.
Was it purple?
No. I mean, I miss like his purple.
I
getup.
like the black trench coat.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of Jean, like she changes clothes every.
Yeah.
Sophie Turner in this. Like, can I just say, I've never watched Game of Thrones. I hear she's a fantastic actress, and I have nothing against Sophie Turner. In interviews, she seems lovely.
Yeah.
And I have nothing against her. But seeing this movie,
Sounds like you have something against her, Matthew.
no, seeing this movie, I just don't think she's on the levels of McAvoy and Fassbender. She's just not.
I mean, you have to remember that she's
only
she's
23
doing
as
an
well.
American accent as well.
Their accent's
like
great,
that
to be fair.
it is pretty good, but I think that even adds limitations. I mean,
She's better than Jessica Chastain, and Jessica
oh,
Chastain's Oscar
100%.
nominated.
Yeah, I don't know why. Is that?
Well, I think Sophie Turner. She's not as good as them, but that doesn't mean she's bad. You know,
Yeah.
Although her costume does change, and she becomes like, I don't know whether it's supposed to look like the same costume from First Class when she's like, oh, sorry, not from First Class, The Last Stand.
I don't think it was
the purple
intentional.
trench coat, or not, it's not only the trench coat. But
I noticed that, but I don't think it was intentional. I think that's kind of just the color most associated with her as a character.
Do you have anything else?
I do have a few things.
Actually.
What did you think of Mystique's death?
I thought it was great. Like well handled.
I thought it was dealt with very quickly. You know, it's like she's dead, and then 30 seconds later she's buried. Like they didn't really take time to grieve.
I like the way Beast though. His morals changed. I love that element because Nicholas Hoult has been criticized for being a bland actor, but this is great. I think.
I liked his
American accent's also quite good.
Oh yeah, I liked his drunk scene where he gets really infuriated with Charles because he's 100% justified.
Yeah.
But I didn't really understand his. I didn't think her death was motivation enough to switch sides to Magneto, like so far that he was willing to kill Jean. I think that was too far of a character leap.
Yeah, that's
in
fair
my
enough,
opinion.
That's fair enough. Sorry.
Should we talk about Cyclops' infamous line? Yeah, you go for it.
No, we'll do it together. I'm gonna. No, come on.
You didn't.
Okay, right.
Like
3, 2, 1.
If you touch her, I'm gonna fucking kill
No,
you. That's the
I know,
line.
but I was gonna go with I'm gonna fucking kill you. Oh god. That's a quote, so it's not.
It's a quote. We don't need to bleep that.
As I said, Ty Sheridan, not my favorite in this.
Because you told me about like an embarrassing Cyclops line before going in, so at that moment I chuckled, but I don't know that I would have if I wasn't expecting a bad Cyclops line. So you found that a bit embarrassing, did you?
Yeah, one thing I didn't find embarrassing was Dazzler.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention that in my notes. That is one of the weirdest moments. Like that, it's a really good cameo, but it came out of nowhere.
It reminded me of Wonderful from Spider-Man 3
because Wonderful. No, because she's just like playing some beats. Like it is one of the weirdest cameos I've ever.
Very accurate, might I add as well.
Yeah, I feel like that was probably a last-minute addition once. They knew that they were being bought out by Disney. They were like, "Oh, just who cares? Put it in."
That was one of the weirdest scenes ever. Like Jean Grey takes about there's like the same shot.
Takes about 6 drinks.
I think it's the same shot of Jean Grey is like slurping juice,
drinks. Yeah,
and then she's like,
I don't think it's juice, mate.
No,
I think it's alcohol. But I'm like, ooh, she's evil. Gonna slurp some shots. Like I don't know how that shows that she's evil.
There were rumors that Taylor Swift was gonna play Dazzler. It wasn't Taylor Swift.
Oh no, it definitely wasn't Taylor Swift. But that's been rumored since Apocalypse. But no, I don't believe so. Do you want to talk about the final fight? Is what I have done. Which is Jean. Well, oh yes, we should mention Nightcrawler. He goes ape shit. He like just starts slitting throats. Yeah, because I actually thought that was quite a heartfelt moment when like the officer's like, my kid used to look up to you, and then he dies, and then he just goes mental. Yeah, Nightcrawler just seems broken after that. And like he goes like just like throughout the film we just see him teleporting. We never see him like teleporting. It actually reminded me of what's his name in Next 2? No, it's not Burn Cummins, is it? What's his name? Alan Cummins. Yeah. It reminded me of that and for the attack on the White House. Yeah. Very, very similar, I thought. But what are your opinions on the CGI aliens? Oh, I mean, they were very poor, but they were only in it briefly, I suppose. Yeah. But then, as I said, it's not a CGI faceless army, but I mean, it's close enough. It's kind of like the battle, in The Last Stand, where just an endless wave of mutants. I mean, these are aliens. Also, I wanted to mention, their massive guns couldn't kill them, but Cyclops' lasers can. Yeah. It's like, and Storm's lightning can. It's like, what's the difference? Yeah. I don't know why one's more powerful. I thought they were going to kill off Magneto in that scene. When she's squishing his helmet? Yeah, no, when, like, he's, like, all the guns are, like, ran out of ammo and stuff, and then she, like, puts him at Jessica Chastain, I mean. When Jean was squeezing his helmet, I was like, if they kill Magneto, I will respect this film even more. Because this is the last film, like, it doesn't really matter what happens to the characters. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you may as well kill them all, I don't know. Like, it's not going to make me feel happy or sad, but I would have respected it more, I think, even if they'd done that.
So do you want to take us through the third act and what you thought of it? Just general scenes and powers and stuff.
Well,
Sure.
I thought the train scene was quite poor.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were your exact thoughts on that?
I thought, I don't think I could have taken another train scene if there was another one after this, because like we've had one where in Days of Future Past or Magneto like with the Sentinels.
Oh yes, yeah.
We've had the Wolverine. I mean, come on.
Did they just love trains?
I must have, and then
yeah.
I thought like when Magneto, it seemed very strange to me that Magneto chose a tram of anything.
Yeah,
to, like,
exactly. Like, because I knew that the final act was going to involve a train, so when I saw Magneto pull the tram out of the ground, I was like, okay, that's the train thing. So that means that the third act is something else, and then it was not.
It seemed like a very strange thing to use your power to do.
Yeah, because presumably there's people in that. You know, you would
He didn't
think
even use it. He just used it to like
he
block the
used
door.
that as a barrier. Yeah, he could have used anything.
But,
Like there were a bunch of cars.
I guess it was a cool visual.
Yeah. So the final fight, which is Jessica Chastain versus Jean. It's a lot of just like her it's a lot of just Jessica Chastain like hugging Jean and like trying to absorb her power, but she's not anything special for a character. She's just a regular alien. Like, Jean is an Omega level mutant. That's why she can take on the Phoenix Force.
Yeah.
So why is this random alien able to absorb it?
Yeah.
Like, it makes no effort to explain that.
But, do you think the way... Oh, for people who have seen this, they'll understand. You know the way they show the Phoenix, like in the sky at the end? Is that supposed to say she's alive? Or...
I think it is like a wink, maybe she's alive.
But in space now, or maybe Jessica Chastain's the one that's alive.
No, I think it's like Jean's physical body is dead, but she lives on as the Phoenix Force.
I thought that was a cool wink at the
Well, that's cool if it doesn't also break the timeline of Jean being alive in 2024, which we see in X-Men Days of Future Past. It does not adhere to the timeline, which pisses me off so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
doesn't bother me that much. But go what?
Well, Bryan Singer did such a hard job, you know. Like aligning the two universes after Days of Future Past, it all made sense, and then he ruined it in Apocalypse with timeline errors, and then Simon Kinberg does it even more in this film. Like, I can forgive it, but it was a slight annoyance.
Yeah.
What did you think of them renaming the school? Jean Grey's school.
That is in the comics, but
they rename it.
Yeah, once Jean Grey dies in the comics, they rename it to that. I don't know if it's immediately after the comic or Dark Phoenix, but. Yeah, I thought it was a nice nod, to be honest. Although there was something else. Oh yes, the chess scene. I like that.
Oh, I was 100%. That was gonna be my final point. It brings the whole series full circle. I think, you know, it pretty much starts with a game of chess between the two of them, and the final scene of this entire X-Men series.
I think I might have like actually lost my shit if it was Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart or something. Like they had
gone like 40 years later.
Yeah, or not even like a few months later, and they have turned into Patrick.
Like they're like the last stand, like physically de-aged ones.
But like I thought they might have showed Magneto with grey hair or something. Yeah. But he didn't. I mean, no, they didn't.
The final point I have was Quicksilver, because he doesn't get like his Quicksilver scene. You know, there's the time in the bottle, the sweet dreams scene. There's nothing in this. He gets like 2 20-second running sequences, and then he's gone for the rest of the movie. It does feel
like Simon Kinberg's like sticking up the middle finger to Bryan Singer in a way.
Think?
Like he's like, but no, we're not doing that in my film, you know.
Yeah.
But he does have a few good gags, you know.
Yeah.
You know, running in the corridors and stuff.
Yeah, like the film is it's a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend it.
I think he understands the characters better than Singer does. I'll be honest.
You do?
Yeah, I think certain characters he understands more.
I like the group suits. I think he understands how the X-Men is meant to work as a team more than Bryan Singer. I think Bryan Singer kind of made a bunch of solo movies and squashed them into one film. Like, his character's very independent, but this seemed more like a team.
I just have a few general comments before we conclude. Red Lotus is bad.
I didn't even know it was Red Lotus until like an hour and a half into the film.
What is his power? Like his hair?
Yeah,
his whips.
His hair are usually like adamantium cables. Are used as like whips and restraints, but in this film he just has like a sick ponytail, or no, he has like sick dreads, and he's just whipping everybody with them.
One thing that shocked me was that, you know, the woman with shaved hair. What was her name?
I have no idea.
Like, her death was, I did not see that coming.
Well, I mean, like, she just gets thrown out the train, and then like I was like, Magneto, she probably has some metal on her, like you can probably catch her, like you know, and then he's just like He's just like Beast help Storm.
no.
Like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like Beast help Storm.
I just really like the movie. I just had it
Yeah.
really, and it, as you say, it brings it full circle.
Yeah.
I don't really have many flaws apart from ones that I've mentioned. I don't really have anything else to say. Really.
Okay, so in conclusion, great film.
Yeah.
I think it's probably one of the best conclusions they could have done. I don't think they could have done much else except maybe like a tacked on cameo from like the old cast just to wave goodbye.
I think that would have made it.
I think that would
maybe
have
a 10.
I think that would have made it a 9 or 10 for me. Like I think that would have made it really excellent.
Imagine how awesome that would be. Like they'd
Yeah.
show maybe 15 years later,
Yeah.
and just don't show Hugh Jackman, but show everyone else or something.
Yeah.
Like, or maybe even do show Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman. I don't know.
So all that you have to say?
Just last point. Like I think if they were to continue this, let's say, like for some reason, this film does very well. I'm talking 900 million. It's not going to do that. Probably.
It's not going to do that.
But let's say it
probably.
does do that.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a chance Marvel would be like,
We don't need to reboot this.
Yeah, with the success of Deadpool, Logan, X-Men, Dark Phoenix, we could keep this and say it was an alternate dimension after the snap. I would love that.
I don't think there's. I think they've exhausted all storylines.
With G.
Yeah. I think this series is done. Like
sad though.
It is sad, but like I feel complete with it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel content with how it ended.
The chess scene did it for me. I think,
Yeah.
You know,
If that hadn't been the final scene, I would have been disappointed.
Yeah.
But those are all my thoughts.
Yeah.
So, excellent film. Highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
We'd love to hear your comments.
Yeah. Leave them
down below. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it.
Get in the chopper!